He's got a huge chin. He's got like the bummest chin of bum chins.
Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode. I'm Harley.
I'm Zuff.
And this is Gamified. Sorry.
Such a cringy beginning.
Sorry. Shall we start again?
No. We're in it. Let's go.
Okay. Well, today's episode, I sort of came up with this idea because recently the Batman movie that's coming out in 2021 has been somewhat cast.
Somewhat.
Some of them haven't been confirmed, and I wanted to discuss it with you because I thought we could lead it in towards have there been movies that you've seen casted before the movies come out but watched the movie and gone, actually, I was wrong about my feeling about that? Or you've seen a casting and it's been like spot on?
I'm just trying to think about what movies. I think movies that I know the casting of before they came out. This will be interesting. Actually, no. When Ben Affleck was meant to be Batman.
So what was your feeling about that?
I was like, yeah, I could see that happen. Like,
really?
Yeah, because I just know the type of actor is. He plays kind of like a similar role in the one where he plays like a person with like ASD, and he's like super technical and everything. So he kind of plays like an emotionless person.
The accountant.
That's the one, yeah. So it's kind of like
he's got autism in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ASD. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I completely didn't realize you said ASD.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like there's like kind of a warm up role, or like to keep him in that kind of mindset type of role.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see it, but I also saw Daredevil, so.
Yeah, but you know what? Just it worked. I liked it. I liked him.
I mean, it
Batman.
did work for an older generation Batman.
Yeah,
it definitely did work.
And he he buffed up for it as well. So
he did a good job.
Thick Batman.
Like for what? And I say this because I'm been to acting school and I've done all that, but you really are only as good as the source material sometimes you get. So the story they were provided probably wasn't up to the standards of some of those actors on that particular
roster
and that particular movie.
Yeah.
So I think he did pretty well considering.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get bad directing or a bad script or something like that. And can't help it.
Or you just have too much going on that it just loses.
Yeah. It just takes away
the direction,
from,
and it takes away from the acting and everything in there.
What about you in terms of is there anyone that you've seen cast that you agree with or disagree with after it's like?
I at first disagreed with Ben Affleck, exactly sort of where we were just talking about, but I didn't love him, but I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see the direction they were trying to take it. I could see where they wanted to go with it and why they wanted him, but I wasn't sold. It wasn't like Christian Bale. I mean, I hated the fact that Christian Bale was going to be Batman, and then I saw the Batman movies.
Yeah.
And him just progress in that, and I was like,
it works.
It works.
Yeah.
But it really works because he had the story, he had the writing, and he had the direction and everything.
What about Jared
to
Leto
move
as
forward?
Joker?
Look.
When you start off a sentence with look. Okay.
Yeah. But the reason why I'm asking these questions, and we can flesh out more of them after, is because the new Batman that is said to be released in 2021 has been cast.
To a degree, yes.
To a degree. Now, do you know who they've cast as Batman?
Yeah, I do know.
And how do you feel about it before we talk about how I feel
as an
about
actor,
it?
I do like him as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you think he might bring to the role that we might
Emotion?
be missing? Okay. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, having said that, he is a brilliant actor.
Yeah. I liked him in Harry Potter.
Yeah. But he's in a lot of independent films and he just goes for it. I quite enjoy that.
He's a good actor. I think he just in his past has been given shitty roles that he had to stick with contractually, and then,
Yeah.
he had bad directing or something like that. So he was limited because you can see even before that he was a great actor. So, in case you haven't picked it up by now.
So it's Robert Pattinson,
Yeah.
who's been cast as
Young Batman, obviously.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, what do you think?
But now that you've explained it the way you've explained it, I can actually sort of like be open to the idea. But I'm like, number one, they just need to chill the fuck out with Batman.
There's too many of them.
They just need to let it breathe.
Yeah,
they needed to let the Christopher Nolan movies breathe. They didn't. They did it so. Like, there was a couple of years from the last one, and then they've started making this.
But here's the thing.
And it was all in pre-production for, like, ages.
Now that I've considered, like, the context of the most recent Joker movie in there, right?
I could actually see him and Joaquin having in a future film if they're together.
Yeah, but I think about this. If he brings emotion to Batman, because he's meant to be a young Batman, sorry, one moment. Just get it. I forgot it for a second as well. Okay. So say it's Batman before he becomes cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see how Bruce Wayne was. It's like you didn't really get to see Bruce Wayne just after his dad was killed in the Joker, right? It's not a spoiler because everyone knows that happens.
And if you don't, you should have seen the movie when it came out.
You should just not.
It was brilliant.
How do you not know that about Batman? It's probably the point I reckon in the timeline it will be like where he's becoming more and more cold and he's still in the emotional dealing with it kind of phase of Batman.
Yeah.
Because both, like all of the other Batmans have kind of been kind of cold and like recent ones. I'm not talking about like way back in the day.
I have to say, Christian Bale was the only one that kind of gave a little bit of more emotion in terms of like letting us know that Batman's not just a cold-hearted person. He had a little bit something left in him.
But that was like,
but that's what I mean. They need to let them breathe. I think it's too fast after the Ben Affleck one, and I literally feel like Warner Brothers is just trying to scramble and make up time for what Marvel is just like kicked out of the park.
Well, here's the thing. It's like Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man had too many iterations too quickly. But now we're on a solid Spider-Man. Everyone pretty much unanimously agrees that Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I think it's also because he just brings something fresh to the table. And I think Robert Pattinson will do that. Like, a lot of people, like, it's Twilight, and that's all they remember him for. It's like, but you have to understand.
But also, Twilight was years ago.
Yeah.
I think the last film was 2011 or 12.
Yeah.
It's years ago.
It's just so long ago. He's developed a lot as a actor by now, and also, like, before then, he was a great actor. So I think he'll just bring another dimension that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And I think, I like it.
So the next casting for Batman, for the Batman film... The new Batman film.
Oh, we're keeping that one in. I'm not taking that out. That's for sure. Is Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon? I like that. A coloured Commissioner Gordon. That's interesting.
I'd actually really like
probably not the right term to use.
No, but
a person of colour being Commissioner Gordon is interesting, but also depending on your opinion, doesn't really matter.
No, but it shouldn't matter. That's the whole thing. It shouldn't matter what color the person is, as long as they can literally make the role their own, and also kill it. I mean, he's a phenomenal. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. I really liked him in Westworld. Like he, Just keep on scrolling up and down from it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will just.
Well, I'm trying to be engaged as well. Sorry, I've got like a little thing of all the people that are.
It's too fast for the iPad, So, I liked him in Westworld. Because it was really interesting character. He played like this calculated, like emotional but emotionless at the same time kind of character. And then if you haven't seen Westworld, it's kind of hard to explain, but you know, it was a
There's
very
also-
dynamic character. Like he showed both the sides of being emotional or also being calculated.
Yeah.
So I think
I think
that's
that's really actually kind of perfect for Alfred.
for Alfred because
He's
to be
totally running the show.
well, he's keeping Batman in check.
Yeah.
So he's like
And accountable.
He's just like, you know, like when Morgan Freeman played Alfred, right?
No, Morgan Freeman played Lucius Fox.
Oh right, yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Caine.
Michael Caine, yeah. But in that one, they kept him accountable. Like they're like, oh, he's gone past a tipping point when he had used everyone's phones as like a radar thing.
Yeah.
But then he had a kill switch, and it killed that program.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, at the same time he was kept accountable, and like Alfred wasn't sure if he wanted to continue being his assistant, I guess you'd call him, butler. And
That was in the third movie though.
yeah, but like that's the thing. It was one of those things where like he's there to keep him accountable.
Yeah.
I think it'll work.
It'll work. How did you feel about Jeremy Irons in Batman vs Superman being Alfred to Ben Affleck's Batman?
Jeremy Irons. I'm trying to remember what it looks like. Tell me another movie he's been in.
Oh fuck.
You literally have Google right there. Just gonna pause for a moment.
Hang on, uno momento.
So, how's everyone been going? I hope your weekend has been nice. If you listen to this midweek or on the way to a drive to work, you know, try not to fall asleep behind the wheel. If you're having trouble with your sleep,
Oh
maybe
my
go see a
God.
sleep physician.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Oh yeah.
For those of you, Jeremy Irons.
Yeah. So what I think about him, neither here nor there, as I don't think he added too much to the character.
But I also didn't feel like he had enough screen time.
Yeah.
Or even character development for us to be
Yeah,
invested. Kind of like,
It just
I felt like that was a wasted piece of talent as well.
Man, it's an interesting way of putting it. Yeah, like they didn't capitalize on the talent they had.
No.
Yeah. I
No.
think
They just attached big names to try and drive the thing forward, but
Yeah.
they didn't give them a chance to actually breathe substance into any of those movies.
I don't. Yeah, it's
Like,
like
that's
I said,
why I feel like I love Henry Cavill, but I feel like Henry Cavill was done wrong in those movies as well.
I can't help it. I'm not gonna say no mind. Yeah.
You're still stuck on Tashgate, aren't
Yeah,
you?
Tashgate. Yeah, exactly. Damn. I think like I said, neither here nor there in terms of him.
Okay. What about Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman?
I think it'll be interesting. It's gonna go back to the days of like Halle Berry, right? It's kind of like a
Yeah,
kickback
but
to-
Halle Berry was
yeah, no, but it's the sex appeal. But obviously, like she's a great actress, but she's an actress first, and then like also quite attractive. So she brings kind of both of it to the table.
Yeah. I am interesting. Like, she is a great actress. Like, her on Big Little Lies. Is it Big Little Lies?
I've not seen it.
She's really good on that.
Mm.
Really good. And
Well,
she's
I
in a
liked her
lot of
in
movies.
the Crimes of Grindelwald and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So
She is a great
was it Crimes of
actress.
Grindelwald?
Yeah.
She was.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I liked her in those Harry Potter movies. So I think she's a decent actress, and she'll.
I'd
probably
definitely
bring-
be interested to see where she takes it. But yeah, I actually wasn't. I was actually okay about that casting.
Mm.
I wasn't too salty or anything like
As long
some
as there's
people.
not another Halle Berry situation, that'll be fine.
Yeah, we just don't want a repeat of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And then I just showed you the picture of Paul Dano.
Show me again. Yep, I remember. Yep.
Him.
Yep, the guy from Swiss Army Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was also in Little Miss Sunshine and everything.
Oh yeah,
He plays a lot of like indie roles.
Little Miss Sunshine. Yeah.
But he's rumored to play. No, he's actually billed to play the Riddler.
Like Riddler can only go up from where it was, though, right?
True.
So I doubt you're gonna do a worse job than the previous actor. So I'm not against it, because where's it gonna go? Down?
Yeah.
Doubtful.
I just really hope they write the Riddler intelligently
As in,
and not as a caricature.
not like a gimmick. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they need to write him as a proper character.
Like if you
Like
see
Scarecrow,
him
right?
in
Like Scarecrow and he's written in properly. He was actually like a menacing character.
I need them to write Riddler as
He's obviously
similar to the games
he's not
because
gonna
he's
be-
quite interesting in the games.
I don't think he'll be like a focal point. I think he'll be
No,
an additional.
yeah, but still needs to be written intelligently.
Properly,
So
yeah.
I'm a bit on the fence because again, great actors. They're all great actors, but will they be given an opportunity
tools.
to succeed? Now, I'm quite happy with this for Alfred Pennyworth.
Mm.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Though I was also like leaning towards Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
He was in Twilight. He's in that new Amazon TV show, something Omens with David Tennant.
Oh yeah, right.
He would be a good Alfred, I think.
Well, I don't know. I always kind of feel he's always gives me like the evil vibe.
The only reason why I'm saying him because I kind of got that vibe from, you know, the movie Passengers with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt, and how he was the bartender, the robotic bartender. I get that kind of like
assistive feeling.
Like I feel like he'd have that attentiveness to.
Yeah, I don't know.
To a Batman character or a character like Batman.
I don't know. I don't see that one as well. In there.
Really?
Mm.
I don't see this, but you do.
What?
Colin Farrell is rumored to be playing Penguin.
You know what makes me see it? It's the Widow's Peak, right? Which
I suppose the nose as well.
Yeah, but I was like, as long as they don't, cast Benedict Cumberbatch as the Penguin because
he can't say penguin. Penguins.
It's like imagine like your key name was Penguins.
Yeah,
like
you just couldn't say
but like that's how he would say it. And I was like. I think he can say it now because he had to go through like speech therapy effectively to say it. But I think he'll be an interesting penguin because he's kind of like brooding-ish, kind of like comedic character. Like I always see him as more of like a comedic character than anything.
And actually, now that I'm thinking of it, he did a really great job in the first Fantastic Beasts.
Yes.
And that is the vibe I'm sort of getting where he's like a little bit brooding, a little bit.
Well, In Bruges was a hilarious movie where he's just like brooding the whole time.
Yeah.
And like it depends on what angle to take with the penguin.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't know any scripts. It's all just been newly cast and like rumored casts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we don't know, but I would be interested. Actually, we could do a follow-up episode
after it comes out
in
2 years' time,
and we can do like sound bites from this episode where like, well, we were totally wrong.
Yeah,
like,
that's more likely to be wrong than right. I reckon.
Yeah.
But
so in the theme of that, so like you were saying, Ben Affleck's Batman, you're like, Jared Leto's,
I didn't like Jared Leto's
Joker,
Yeah.
And they were the sort of the only two that you've kind of had the casting beforehand. But like, has there ever been one where you're like, nope, don't change, won't change my mind?
I'm trying to think. Who is someone that is just like you can't? I think I can't think of anyone that comes to mind. But there's like certain people that you could just never have not be that character anymore. Like RDJ he's Iron Man.
Yeah,
you can't not have him. You know what I mean? Like in Chris Hemsworth is Thor. You can't read. There's like irreplaceable kind of characters. But like, I don't know of anyone where I was just like, I can't agree with that actor choice. It's only after like I watch it. I'm trying to think. No. What about you? Anyone that you straight up afterwards, you're like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming, but it was good.
Heath Ledger.
you didn't agree with it at first, and then afterwards you're like, oh my god.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I came out and went, what
the
the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
it's just like,
and then now that's been etched in my brain, and it's just like, I know he's now not with us, and he's not been with us for years.
Quite a few years, yeah.
But that was literally like the next stage of his superstardom. Like that was a whole new bloody risk that he took. And that was a really good one where I was like, don't judge a book by its cover, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think like you said, some actors they get pigeonholed and stuff.
Yeah, and you do fall into that trap of going, oh, he was in Twilight.
Yeah.
Like, or, oh, I remember him in bloody 10 Things I Hate About You. How could he possibly be the Joker?
Exactly.
Like, you know, but I guess, again, I think that's why Heath did so well, because he, like Christian Bale, had the director behind him. They had the story and everything.
I just remembered one. Chris Evans as Captain America.
Oh, you didn't like that?
I didn't see it. No, I liked him, but I didn't see it happening. I was like, after Fantastic Four, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's going to happen.
Who would you have picked then?
Oh,
who did you have in mind at the time where you go, no, but this guy?
For Captain America? Maybe another Chris, like a Chris, not Chris Pratt, Chris Pine. Could have done it. Could have pulled it off. It's kind of hard. Like, it's now after the fact when you see.
I was the same. So, like, Beauty and the Beast, Emma Watson. I was like,
don't know. Yeah.
Then I watched it and I went, oh, yeah. I see that now too.
Emma Watson, yeah. I think, because she got kind of typecast as well.
Yeah, well, she was in like freaking 8 Harry Potter films. It's hard to come away from that. She was always going to be Hermione
it's like
first and foremost.
You don't particularly like Daniel Radcliffe's acting, right?
I don't particularly like his acting. He's a good actor. I just don't. Sometimes I'm just not as invested in his film.
Yeah, I
should be.
enjoy that he just takes like a really weird, like he just takes those indie films and he runs with it and he does like Swiss Army Man.
See, I really enjoyed Swiss Army Man.
And Horns was kind of funny.
But I was just like, yeah, I just don't. But then again, his acting type would be different to my acting type. So like my acting type is completely different to, you know, someone else's. Like my approach to how I approach like script analysis and stuff like that is completely my own.
The Scarlet Witch is also one that I didn't know how to take it, as in the Olsen.
You could say that with Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I just didn't know how to, because I didn't know enough about it. And I was like, I don't know, because like I haven't seen anything from any of the Olsen sisters for like ever, right? And then it was just like, oh, she's on the scene now, like, you know, because the Olsen twins that kind of went
she
into
was
fashion.
in a lot of indie films that were quite good too.
And I had never watched them, so I was like, I don't know how that's gonna go. And same thing, like you said, Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
didn't really know. I'd seen her in Scott Pilgrim and all that kind of stuff, so she was kind of interesting there, but it wasn't the same character type. So I was like, I don't see it.
There is a TV show that I wasn't quite happy with.
Just dead silence. And this is when we begin the ASMR portion of.
What was it? I think it's a book that I read, Discovery of Witches.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It was the female part, like the main female part. And it's Teresa Palmer. She's Australian. And I had just recently watched her in a film called The Berlin Syndrome, which she's an Aussie backpacker and she meets this guy in Berlin, and he basically strucks up a romance with her. Like they go out clubbing and then they have sex, and then he basically keeps her prisoner.
I felt like there was going down like a horror thriller type of thing.
Yeah, and that was a really good movie, and I haven't seen anything like that from her. But then I saw her in this, and I was like, she don't get me wrong, she is great in the part. Like, I would watch it and be okay with it. But she's one of those actors that, like, give her all of the stuff and she excels. And then it's this sort of, like, you could just tell she was just, like...
Not in it.
No, it's not that she wasn't in it. It was just that there was no, like, substance for her.
Okay. Nothing to really work off.
Yeah, and I think she just got cast, and I could be wrong. She might go, actually, I really like work, and she probably does love working on that film, like on that TV series and stuff, but, like, I just felt like they casted her for the way, like, and that happens all the time. They cast for the way that you look, not sometimes, and not.
You mean like Henry Cavill as The Witcher?
I love that casting.
You reckon? I don't know. I don't know what to feel about it.
Why though?
Because it's fucking Stashgate. That's why.
I feel like you're more obsessed with him than I am, but like
no one's more obsessed with him than you are.
I'm not obsessed though. Henry, I'm not obsessed. But like you're obsessed with his like
look,
let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it. You need to get it off your chest. What is wrong?
No, it's just a bad CGI that I just...
Well, you said you had a problem with his chin. Is it because you don't have a pronounced chin?
He's got a huge chin. He's got like the bummest chin of bum chins.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, I'm gonna die if I cough right now. Yeah,
that's going to be at the beginning of this podcast.
What?
He has the
bummest
chins of bum chins.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. And I feel like once I told you that, you couldn't unsee it.
I know, you ruined it.
I'm really good at ruining shit for people.
I actually quite liked that casting because I follow a Instagrammer called Boss Logic, and he does fan art of actors in roles he wants them to play. And as soon as he did the like fan art, I was sold.
You thought, yeah, it was.
And Netflix saw it and was like, yeah.
Ah, that's interesting. All right. Well, in terms of this episode being the Batman casting episode, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I just thought it would be an interesting episode in terms of like any castings that you thought you were like, yay, or like, no.
I'm pretty happy with all the castings. Like, I think...
I mean, you know, that's the casting director's job is to find proper casting and stuff. It's just the way that we perceive it as audiences, which I find interesting as well.
Yeah.
Because if I ever get onto a film or something and someone goes, her, I know exactly
what they're gonna
say. But I also know that it'll be because they've seen something else.
Yeah.
That hasn't like.
They'll
probably see this and go.
I think like the older I get, the more I go into a movie trying to not have too many expectations of that movie, just so I can kind of go in with like.
That's how I was with Joker and went.
Yeah.
Like
it was like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. That's probably the way to go. Just try not to go in with any expectations and. Hopefully they impress you.
I only saw it because a friend of mine from acting class was like, oh my God, did you see this casting for the new Batman? Because she knows I like Batman. But like normally now I try not to like look at castings or anything because I want to go in as a fresh audience person and just literally be like, wow, that was awesome.
You're never not going to be able to know the casting though, because once the trailers come out, you'll know exactly who's casted.
Yes, but see, I don't watch a lot of trailers either.
I watch every trailer, yeah.
I didn't watch very many Joker trailers. And the only reason why I was watching them was because they played before a movie I was watching at the time.
Yeah, that's unavoidable, I guess. No.
Unless you go 20 minutes after the movie's supposed to start.
Yeah, but that's dangerous.
Oh, am I keeping you awake there?
Yeah, you are. I'm going to go have a nap.
All right. Well, that concludes this episode. Yeah, tell us any castings that you're like, no, please, God, no. And then go, oh, actually, that was really good. Or any ones that you're like, fuck yeah. And then went, oh, fuck, they totally fucked that. Like,
yeah. That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting. So let us know in the comments. But I'm Harley.
I'm Zuff.
And this is Gamified, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey guys, Harley here. Did you enjoy that video? Give us a like. If you loved it, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Our socials are linked in the description below, and we're also on Spotify and iTunes, so go and check us out over there. We'd like to know from you if you would like to hear about anything interesting or have any ideas for future podcasts. Drop us a comment and we'll get back to you on those. I'm Harley and this is Gamified. Game on.